Have you ever caught yourself wondering, where did all that energy go? You wake up in the morning and before you've even had your coffee, your body already feels a step behind. That spring in your step you used to have, it's more of a slow shuffle now. And some days even getting up from the chair feels like an event. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. A lot of people feel it, that quiet worry in the back of their mind. Is this just aging, or is something more going on? The truth is our bodies speak to us long before things break down completely. They whisper little warnings, subtle changes that are easy to brush off or explain away. But if we listen closely, those signs can actually help us take back control before small issues become big ones. You might not be able to stop the clock, but you can slow it down. And today we're going to talk about how. This isn't about scaring you. It's about paying attention, about noticing the signs your body is giving you and taking action. Because when you understand what those signals mean, you can make smarter choices. The goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live better, with strength, with clarity, with joy. Let's start with something most people don't think much about until it changes: your balance. Have you noticed lately that you're grabbing onto furniture more often? Or maybe you hesitate before stepping off a curb or climbing stairs. That slight wobble you feel? It's not just clumsiness, it could be a sign your body's coordination and muscle strength are slipping. And when balance starts to go, your risk of falling goes way up. But here's the good news. Balance is something you can train. A few minutes a day practicing simple movements, even while brushing your teeth or standing at the sink, can begin to wake up those stabilizing muscles again. Now let's talk about the second warning sign, your walking speed. This one's subtle. Maybe your spouse or a friend used to walk beside you, but now they're always a few steps ahead. Or maybe you've started choosing the closer parking spot, not because you're lazy, but because the walk just feels longer than it used to. Studies have shown that your walking pace can actually be a snapshot of your biological age, how well your body is aging on the inside. Slowing down physically often reflects reduced strength, cardiovascular health, or even early cognitive changes. But again, there's a fix. A brisk, purposeful walk, even just for 10 minutes a day, can rebuild that rhythm. The key is consistency, not intensity. You don't have to power walk like you're in a race, just move every day like your life depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. If you've noticed either of these changes, feeling a bit unsteady, or moving more slowly than you used to, don't ignore it. These signs aren't just about aging. They're your body's way of saying, hey, I need your attention. And paying attention now can add quality years to your life. And while we're talking about your body asking for attention, here's another signal that often slips under the radar: fatigue that doesn't quite go away. I'm not talking about being tired after a long day of gardening or walking around the store. That's normal. I'm talking about that nagging tiredness that follows you around no matter how much rest you get. You wake up already feeling worn out. You sit down after lunch and suddenly you don't feel like getting back up. If that sounds familiar, your energy tank might be running low for a reason. Persistent fatigue can point to several things: nutritional gaps, poor sleep quality, or even hidden inflammation in the body. And sometimes it's just that your cells aren't producing energy the way they used to. But the real problem isn't just the tiredness, it's what it stops you from doing. It robs you of the little joys, your hobbies, your walks, your conversations. One way to fight it? Start with hydration. As simple as it sounds, many people over 60 aren't drinking enough water, and mild dehydration can make you feel sluggish all day. Add in foods that fuel rather than drain you, like nuts, berries, and leafy greens, and you might be surprised at how much more alive you start to feel. Now let's talk about something a little more emotional: your mood. If you've been feeling a little more down than usual, more irritable or withdrawn, that's not something to just brush off. Yes, aging comes with changes. Yes, we lose people. Yes, our bodies shift in ways we don't always like. But feeling low, unmotivated, or emotionally flat day after day could be your body and brain signaling that they need support. Depression doesn't always show up as sadness. Sometimes it's just a heavy quiet that hangs over everything you do. What many people don't realize is that changes in mood and mental clarity can actually be early signs of slowing metabolism or declining hormone levels. And that means your emotional well-being is tied closely to your physical health. Moving your body, even just a little, can boost feel-good chemicals in your brain. So can connecting with others, even a phone call, even a short chat with a neighbor. You were never meant to go through life, especially this part of life, on autopilot or alone. And here's something else your body might be telling you, especially if your muscles feel like they're getting smaller, weaker, or tighter. You're losing strength faster than you think. Muscle loss starts to speed up after 60 if we don't actively fight it. And it's not just about looking strong, it's about being able to lift groceries, get up from a chair, or catch yourself if you trip. Losing muscle means losing independence, but just a few minutes of strength training, using resistance bands, light weights, or even just your own body weight, can make a big difference. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need a little movement, done often. So if your legs feel a little weaker, your arms get tired quicker, or your grip isn't what it used to be, take that seriously. It's not just age, it's a message, a call to action. Your body's saying, let's not give up yet. We've still got work to do. And that brings us to something most people ignore until it's too late, your digestion. If your gut has been feeling off lately, maybe you're more bloated, constipated, or just not as regular as you used to be, that's more than just discomfort. That's your body waving a red flag. As we age, digestion naturally slows down. Our gut lining becomes thinner, our stomach acid decreases, and we don't process certain nutrients as efficiently. The result? You eat the same food you always have. But now it leaves you feeling heavy, sluggish, or unsettled. But here's the part that often gets missed. Your gut isn't just about digestion. It's deeply connected to your immune system, your mood, and even your brain health. When digestion is sluggish, everything else tends to slow down too. The fix isn't about giving up your favorite foods. It's about adding the right ones. And fiber becomes your best friend. Think colorful fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. And don't forget about fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or a little sauerkraut. These help bring balance back to your gut and can wake up your whole system from the inside out. And speaking of things slowing down, let's talk about memory. Maybe you've noticed it's harder to recall names, or you walk into a room and forget why you went there in the first place. We've all had those moments. But when they start happening more often, it can feel unsettling. It's not necessarily dementia, but it is a sign that your brain might need a little extra care. Just like your muscles, your brain thrives on stimulation. It needs challenge, it needs novelty, and it needs oxygen and nutrients to stay sharp. So what can you do? Start small. Read something new every day. Play a game that makes you think. Learn a new skill, no matter how simple. Even using your non-dominant hand for tasks can spark new brain connections. And movement, especially walking or light dancing, helps get blood to your brain, fueling focus and memory. Most importantly, stay connected. Conversations, laughter, even shared silence. These things keep your brain engaged and your spirit full. And finally, let's talk about something that might feel invisible, but you can sense it deep down. Your resilience. That inner fire that pushes you to keep going even when your body aches a little more than it used to. If you've been feeling like life is passing you by, like you're just drifting from one day to the next without purpose, that's not just a mood. That's your spirit asking for something more. Purpose isn't just for the young, it's for you. Whether it's helping others, learning something new, planting a garden, mentoring someone, or simply taking better care of yourself. Purpose adds years to your life, and life to your years. Your body might be sending you warning signs. It might be whispering, slow down, take notice. But what it really wants is for you to rise up, to take these signs not as defeat, but as direction. Because no matter your age, your story isn't finished yet.